You're live. You're live.
Awesome.
Nobody's watching yet, but
Nobody's watching.
you're live.
We got a minute. Alright guys, here it is. This is the mobile hydroponics unit for GeoCuisine. We designed it based off of similar hydroponic systems, which this is the ebb and flow system. So it floods the system, then drains the system. We've got this just hooked up to a 110 on the house right now, so it can run there. When we're out on the trail, we'll just take our basic power inverter, and if we need to run it, we can plug it in manually or plug it in with a timer. So what I've just picked up is a little self-doing timer that you use for your Christmas lights, and I can adjust this and set it so this system can run once, twice, 3 times a day, however long I need. This is a half-hour increment, so it'll run for a half hour. We did this rack so it hangs. It'll also break down into our tub. So this clear tub behind it will actually act as a greenhouse for it. What I've got is a pump that's flooding the top 2 pipes, and then it comes down. Those 2 pipes drain down into the 2 lower pipes, which then in turn drain back into the tub. I've picked up most of this material from our local Home Depot or Ace Hardware stores. They're all PVC, just rubber tubing, some strong chain. This right up top here is temporary for the time being. We're going to have a more permanent solution to this that's stronger, so we don't have to have a framing system over here. There she is. I do have chemicals in this. I picked this up at our Ace Hardware. What I'm using is the Fox Farm, and this one is the hydroponic plant fluid. Only takes about, this is roughly about a 2-gallon, 2.5-gallon system. It's a half teaspoon of this per gallon of water. So this large container should last me quite a while. You change the water out about every 3 weeks. So every week I'll be testing the pH balance with just a regular little test strip. Make sure my pH balances are accurate. I believe they should be in that 60 to 70% range is what I've been told. I can adjust it using this or water, just depending on if I need to dilute it more or not. And what our system does is it again just pumps from the top, pumps up to the top too. And as they flow down through here, it drains down into the second one. This one pumps into here, drains down into the bottom one. Then those drain and pump right back into the system. So it's a complete recirculatory system. Inside here, we've got several different plants. Again, I'm running all herbs in here. We started with these little foam. These are biodegradable foam sponges. And what I did for these, to retransplant these were live growing herbs I picked up at Valley Farms out in Helena. Amazing, just really good, fresh, healthy herbs. I picked them up live and I transplanted them out of the dirt. And what I did is I just tore this in half. And after cleaning the roots off, I just take a 5-gallon bucket of water. I'd knock off the dirt that I could, then rinse them around in the water, take just the root system and place that in here, pinch it back together, and then place them down inside one of these little plastic cups. And what this system does is it runs water through here. This sponge soaks up all the water and the nutrients, holds it around the roots, so it will sustain water for quite a while even after the system shut down. I've got, as you can see, a lot of different herbs in here. I wanted to run stuff that are commonly used. I wanted to run herbs that I'd be commonly using in dishes, so when we're out on site for GeoCuisine, I've got fresh herbs that are good, fresh, that are potent fresh. So what we've got up here, we've got 2 parsley leaves. I've got 2 cilantro up top. Down here we've got 2 thyme. A little bit of thyme there. And then I picked up a couple herbs that just sounded fun. So this one is actually lemon balm. This has got a really great smell to it. Very, very aromatic. I've got 2 basil leaves, because who doesn't like basil? Down here, I've got 2 rows of mint. So one of the things that I've done is made sure all my taller plants are on these bottom two. So in the tote, that they have the height of the tote. They have the height of the tote to keep from crushing them. Okay, and that's I've tried to get all my taller plants down in the bottom one. So what I have here, this is ginger mint. It's got a really good smell to it. It's really, really aromatic. This one is spearmint down at the very bottom below that. And then I've got some lavender, just because some lavender is nice to have around. I have garden sage, which is going to bear these larger leaves like this, these big, nice big leaves. And then I've got golden sage, which you can see they're smaller, and they've got these golden ring around them. And they do smell, they have a different smell to each one of these two sages, but I mean, they still have that sage smell. This one's the golden sage is a little mild. It's a little more mild compared to the other one. Then back to the spearmint. I've got 2 rosemary plants in here. And then this one was just a fun one I found. This is actually, it's a curry plant. So this would just be a fun one to have to try out. It has a very potent smell. It's very strong smelling of curry. And we'll probably be playing with these herbs, changing them out periodically, seeing what we can. The goal is to make sure this stays inside when I can, when we're not using it, is that this will actually be hung inside the house so we can grow these herbs all year around. That's the primary goal with this, was that it could be taken inside the house, set up. I could keep these herbs all year round, but then when we needed to go out on the trail and we wanted to set up and have fresh herbs, we have a system to being able to take everything with us. We just grab it, put it in the tote, and away we go.
Explain the tote. Explain the tote.
The tote, we come back around here. A tote is just a simple, clear tote. I made sure the whole thing, the entire thing was clear, so it would act like a greenhouse when the plants are in here. The idea behind this tote, the idea behind this was that I wanted a place to put all of this, store it all in its own self-contained system, but not kill or harm the herbs when they're in transit. So the idea was to create like a greenhouse effect, utilizing this clear tote. The excess moisture left over from the plants in here will help create that greenhouse effect. I've taken a couple pieces of just drained PVC drain covers, and I've cut them in half and modified them. So these actually hold the pipes, and they just set down in here on each one, spanning side to side. That way they don't move around or jostle on us. This actually sits down right in the middle, and all the cords go on the side of it. The lid can go right on top, it latches down, and then we can take the entire system, throw it up on top of the roof rack so it'll be in the sun. We'll drive out to our site wherever we need to get, and then when we get out to the site, everything comes right up out of here, hangs off the rack, and away we go. If they need water, we plug it into the power inverter, and away you got it. This is GeoCuisine's mobile hydroponic system. Adventure Dad Life helped build this. We got this all done on their channel, so if you want to go back and see some of the setups, some of the stuff that we've done on this, go back over to Adventure Dad Life. Check out our YouTube channel there. That's where you're going to get to see the process of building this. The kids helped me build it. They were running drills and cutting holes and all kinds of fun stuff, helping me paint and sand. Check this out. We had one catastrophic failure with a garage door at one point, maybe, but we got past it, and we're back up and running. So come over to AdventureDadLife.com. Go to our YouTube channel there. Check it out if you want to see how we built this. Kind of a little more detailed process of how we built this. And then come over to GeoCuisine so you can see it in action. We'll have it set up on here with the rest of the back of all of our food stuff as we do some outdoor cooking channel stuff for you.